Hi there, welcome back to part 2 of our short story, The Wolves of Cernogratz, written by Saki. Let us get started line wise. Anyhow, it isn't true, said the baroness complacently. So, baroness in the sense, the meaning of baroness is a kind of respectable title given to a lady. Alright, so like we say, lady here. So, the baroness complacently, the baroness grumble. Okay, she is saying that the legend that is spoken to be associated to this castle is not true. Alright, complacently in the sense calmly, content and satisfied manner. Since we bought the place, we have had proof that nothing of the sort happens. She wanted to tell that she is the proof. She has the proof that nothing sort of thing took place in this castle so far we bought this castle. When the old mother-in-law died last springtime, we all listened, but there was no howling. It is no howling. Alright? The baroness says that since the time we bought this castle, in between one of my old mother-in-law expired in springtime. At the time, it seems the baroness tried to listen to the howling that is spoken to be happening or taking place. The howling of the beast, wild beast, the dogs in the castle and the dogs in the villages. Alright, but they couldn't hear any sort of howling. Alright, therefore she says that it is not true. Okay, the legend is not true. But there was no howling. It is just a story that lends dignity to the place without costing anything. And she says that the story, the legend is spoken to be associated to this castle is not true, and it is just to highlight, to promote, to make famous this castle. They make it as a man-made story, not at all true story, because we are the ones who have bought this castle after them, and we are living in this castle, and nothing sort of thing took place. Even my old mother-in-law expired during springtime when we tried to listen to this sort of howling or the wild beast, the reaction of the wild beast. Nothing sort of thing took place. The speaker is here, the baroness. Okay, I got some questions for you. Alright, the first question is, what does the baroness say about the legend of howling dogs and wild beasts? Alright, the baroness says that the legend is not true, it is a false legend, because the baroness is the proof of this, since they have bought this and nothing sort of thing so far took place. So that is a false story. Next question I have, what even does the baroness mention as evidence that the legend is false? Okay, the evidence that she is telling that her old mother-in-law expired, and at the time they tried to listen to those spoken story, the legend, the howling of the wolves in the forest and the dogs in the castle and the village. Nothing happened, no animals, no beasts howled. So that's what the baroness says, that we are the proof for that. Okay, next question is, how did the family react when the old mother-in-law passed away? Okay, the family tried to listen to the howling that's spoken to be happening. The wild beasts, the wolves in the forest, and the dogs in the castle, the village. They tried to listen to them, but nothing took place. No sound, no howling was heard. Okay, next question is, Why does the baroness say the legend is told about the place? Okay, the baroness says that it is a man-made story to highlight the castle or to promote the castle. Nothing else. Is a false story without any cost. They want to promote the castle. That's all. It is a false story. There is no legend, such kind of legend. The next question is, what is the baroness' overall tone or attitude when talking about the legend? Alright, the baroness was satisfied, or rather she had no trouble. Calmly she expressed the legend is not true, it is a false story, because they are the witness, and it is just to bring credibility to the castle, rather promote the castle or highlight the castle. That's all. There is no legend. Now let's come to the lesson line wise. The story is not as you have told it, said Amelie, the grey old governess. Now another character enters in the story. The name of the character is Amelie, an old grey governess. Alright? She complains that the story was narrated by the baroness is misinterpreted. It is not actually true the way you have told. It is something else. Who says this? An old grey governess whose name is Amelie. Alright? Everyone turned and looked at her in an astonishment. Alright? When she spoke, everyone turned and they were surprised and looked at her in astonishment. Why? Because she used to be quite introvert. She never spoke unless it is required. And this time, the way she speaks in the crowd, it surprised everybody. Therefore, all looked at her the way she was speaking. Here, she was owned to sit silent and prim and faded. In the sense, the lady Amelie used to be something different, usually introvert. Okay, owned in the sense habituated to sit at her table quietly, silently, and well behaved. Prim in the sense well maintained behavior. Alright, she never spoke unless until it is required. Next one. And there were few who troubled themselves to make conversation with her. There are few people who try to talk to her, have communication, but they were in trouble because they try to know whether this lady is actually introvert or something else. But they were in trouble while communicating with this lady Amelie. Alright? Today, a sudden volubility had descended on her. Here, the line speaks or depicts that today, this time, when she spoke, she became talkative, chatty. It was surprising. Who used to be very silent, but the way she is speaking, she is like a talkative and chatty. Alright? She continued to talk rapidly. Who? Amelie continued to talk rapidly, nervously, and looking straight. She started speaking rapidly, nervously, and looking straight forward as if she was not particularly talking to anyone and not denoting anyone that she was speaking about to. Alright. Then, here are some questions for you. Question number 1. Who said the story is not as you have told it? The answer is Amelie. Amelie told that. Amelie told to the baroness that the legend, or rather the story, is not true as you have told. Now, question 2. How did the others react when Amelie spoke up? Others, they looked, alright, turned and looked at her in amazement, astonishment, alright, the way she was speaking. Next question. What was Amelie's usual behavior at the table? She was looking prim and faded at her table, and rarely spoke to anyone unless it is required. Next question is, why did few people bother to talk to her in the past? Because few people tried to talk to her in the past because she was introvert, she used to keep quiet, she never spoke unless it is required. Therefore, they made an attempt to talk to her, but they were in trouble. Next question is, what was unusual about Amelie's behavior on this particular day? The unusual thing is that she became talkative or chatty. Alright, talkative or chatty, and looking straight forward and talking nervously, rapidly, and not talking to any particular person. The way she was talking, looking straight forward without pointing out or denoting to any person. Alright, so that's all for today, and if you liked the video, subscribe my channel for more exciting content to encourage me, and thank you. God bless you. Please watch part number 3.